So over the last few days, been to see some independent pieces. That was for the Single Honours Independent Practice module, and I've seen Bombeck, which you can look at my previous video for that. But also then last night I went to two others. The first one was called A Man Once Told Me, which was sort of done in a feminist fairy tale style, where they were sort of having sort of a fairy tale of these sort of certain stereotypes of women that men can sometimes tell, and it was good how they used because I think early in the day that they had sort of posed as these stereotypes and asked people to sort of come up with definitions of them and so what their thoughts were, and then they used those during the performance, which was quite good because I was getting a bit of documentary verbatim in there. Yeah, it's quite good how they also then had, in order to have the fairy tale, they had like sort of the rhyming language, which I think quite worked, and it worked well, and it was quite good also to see these different sort of decades and sort of the contrasts with them really. And then the next one was Corp Our Nation, which was odd, funny, and really good. It was 7 people playing 7 sort of unique characters. You had one was Ronald McDonald, Mickey Mouse, Colonel Sanders, Santa Claus representing Coca-Cola off the holidays are coming advert, and we had a coffee cup for Starbucks, and Mario, who is part of the mafia, obviously, and then we had Hugh Hefner as well, the Playboy Mansion, and it was good to see how obviously they had these characters working together to create a new campaign in order to sort of get more money and stuff. It's sort of really funny how they worked all together, and they had these sort of filmic bits as well, which included sort of like a little sound of the music spoof at the start, and then they had like at the end they actually had like an advert that they actually set up, and yeah, it was really good, sort of really good sort of characterization. I really loved the Mickey, Dave who did the Mickey Mouse voice, and yeah, it all worked really well because it was sort of done in a really quite funny way, and sort of good clever way they put in, you know, the facts. They sort of quite slip them in quite smoothly really, and yeah, it was just really good it was, and I really enjoyed it, and I think that they all got good marks. And also then tonight I went to see On the Shelf, which was a 2-woman piece, which is basically these 2 girls talking about, well, their love lives. I mean, I don't know how exactly factual the stories that they told were true, but it was really good how they used characterization, and they used sort of like flashbacks and different sort of lighting and music as well, and it also contrasted really well, and it was just made it so funny, and they were able to sort of switch between characters quite smoothly, and it was done in sort of quite a sort of fairly fast-paced way that sort of made it quite fun to watch. It was just so funny the way, because they were sort of portraying themselves, you know, and not quite sure how true some of the stories are, but I think from some of the reaction of some of the audience, maybe some of them were true. You know, it's mostly quite a sort of very autobiographical kind of thing. But yeah, it was sort of the concept was good, and it sort of worked really well, and it was just I was having everyone in stitches, and it was just so funny. So you see, I think they also get a really good mark, and they've all been really good actually. It's so good to see this sort of nice range of different ideas and different sort of styles that have come out really.